Hi viewers, I'm here with you for another episode of Tag Time. Today is a rainy day. It's the color of rainbow I'm waiting for. Similarly, Canada is a beautiful country with the color of rainbow as the diverse cultures and diverse backgrounds with it. Today I'm going to bring you another beautiful person who is a very passionate candidate for our Liberal Party, Ms. Salma Zahid. Welcome to our studio. Viewers, what are her achievements? What is her resume? Where she started from and where she was born? We will ask her to share with us. Salma ji, first of all, my question is always where you were born and how you end up here where you are right now.
Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for having me here. Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
very much. Thank you for coming and sharing your views with us.
Anytime. As you asked, my name is Salma Zahid, and right now I'm the Liberal candidate for the riding of Scarborough Centre. But from where I come and who I am, that's a long story, but I will give you a shorter version. I was born in Coventry in UK. Not far from London, because my father was studying at that time at the Coventry College of Education. But I was just 3 months old when I went back to Pakistan, because he was there only for a very short time to study. So after that, all my education is from Pakistan, and from Pakistan I did my master's in business administration from Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad, and then I went to do my master's again back to UK in London. So in educational management and administration. I was born in a family, like in a middle class family, and my father was serving Pakistan Army. He served Pakistan Army for over 35 years, but he was not in a fighting force, but he was in education corps. So I come from a very closely knit family, because it was a family where values were very important.
Very well said. Our Canadian system and our Canadian values, we are all very much inclined towards that once we adopt another family. So my next question towards you is that how did you decide to move to Canada and why did you do that?
Canada, we came here in late 1990s. We immigrated here after I got married. So after I came, I completed my education, I got married, and my son was 1 year old, the elder one, Umad, who is now about to be 17 this year, taller than me, 6'3".
Of course.
So we immigrated here because me and my husband Salman, we wanted to raise our kids in a more fairer society. And as Canada was known for its diversity, for its tolerance level, for its equality, so we decided that we will immigrate there and call Canada as our home. So on October 15th, 1999, I landed here. My husband Salman, he came 4 months before and he made arrangements, and I landed here with a 1-year-old son at Pearson Airport.
Beautiful. So finally you made up.
Yes.
Here we are on the same page. So from there you struggle to become a politician.
Yeah, see, last 16 years have not been very easy. As you know, like when we immigrate, coming to calling another country as a homeland, leaving the place where you are well settled. So it was not easy. We started our life from Regent Park, which is one of the priority neighborhoods of Toronto. So our first apartment was at corner of Sherbourne and Shooter. So when my husband picked us up from the airport and we drove, it was first time for me coming to North America, because for my studies I have been in UK. So European style is different. And when I came here and drove through the downtown and all those high-rise buildings and all that, and stopped at the building where we were going to start our home. And I entered and I said to Salman, "Have you brought me to a jail?" He said, no, it's a very nice place and you will really love this surrounding. And I said, okay. So it was a big shock for me. And for a person like me who has always been working, because my father has been a very strong proponent of hard work. That has drilled in me like right from my childhood.
So your inspiration is your father.
Yes, like my first inspiration is my father, because he was born in a city now called Faisalabad, which at that time was called as Lailpur, and from there he studied, and he came from a family where he had 5 sisters and 2 brothers, and all of them got so well educated that no one is less. So like I was born in an environment, in a family where education was very important, and the importance of working hard. And my father always used to tell me that it is my hard work which has brought me here now. What you see now is all the hard work which I have done in life. So he said that never be scared of doing that. That has always been his teaching. So he really like inspired me, and I think where I am now, the confidence level and the ability to do all what I am doing now is just because of him.
So from your first home to Scarborough, why Scarborough?
My first home was in downtown, and that's where my son started his schooling, elder one. When we came here in 1999, then in October 2000, we were blessed with another son, the younger one, Usman. So we were living there as a family, and I didn't want to leave my kids in daycares and do a job, and we didn't have any relatives or anyone. So I thought that it is better that because my mother always used to say that the first school of a child is mother's lap. So I thought that like, okay, whatever our financial or economic situation is, my husband has been in banking field, but here, when you come, you have to start right from the bottom. You don't get the jobs equivalent to what you have done back home.
Exactly.
So he started as a part-time job, first in Bank of Montreal and then in TD Bank. So our resources were not that we could live in one salary. So I said, okay, what do we do? I cannot go out and work and leave these kids in a daycare. Then I started home catering business. So I used to drive, because my 2 kids are 2 years apart. I've been driving a double stroller. We had no car when we came here. So on double stroller in winter of Canada, which you all know how it is, I have done deliveries of stuff.
Great. So what was the reason why you picked Scarborough as your home?
See, when we first 5 years we were in downtown, and then we decided, okay, then I started working. I will tell you like how I got involved into politics, and afterwards, so we were looking, okay, where to buy our like condo at that time. Now we are in a house, but in between we were in condos for some time. So when we looked around in different neighborhoods, we selected Scarborough because I thought it's a very diverse neighborhood. And the beauty about Scarborough, what I felt at that time was that people and that's the beauty about Canada, which I found in Scarborough specifically, like people come from different religions, different cultures, different languages they speak, and they all live together. And I thought that it would be a good place to raise our kids.
No doubt about that. I had been, my first home when I moved to Canada was in Scarborough, near
good.
Kennedy. And
that's in my writing now,
yes,
Kennedy.
And I was really more of I thought that we should move towards the suburbs, towards a quieter. For me, I found it very rush and very full of people type of a place. So now from there, how you started your political career? How you
I would tell you one thing, that right from the beginning, when I was a child, I grew up in a family where politics was of like high importance. See, for us, because we were like a very strong knitted family, and when my father used to come from office, lunchtime was a time that we all used to sit down and discuss what all happened with everyone during the day. Like what happened in the school, and he would ask us, he would tell how his day was, and we would tell him, and my mother, like how the day went and what all we did, what is our homework, what we have to do today. And in that, always discussion about politics was done. See, my father, like rather than talking about different movies or anything, he would discuss about either politics or sports. those were his two. So I've been hearing that right from the beginning, that okay, like he would discuss tell us about the invasion of Soviet Union into Afghanistan, and how this European and North American politics affects the South Asian, the local politics. So he used to discuss all that, and he used to read, and he used to listen to talk shows. So that I have grown up in that family. And when I came here, because I was a stay-home mom, but education has always been my passion. And my father taught for like a number of years until he passed away. He was teaching. He was a mathematics teacher. So education has always been of great importance. And I grew up in a family. Well, after my father, after his retirement from army, he ran a school business also. So I've been part of that. So here, when my elder son started at Regent Park Duke of York School, I became the chair of the school council, because I always feel that parents need to be involved in the education of their kids.
This is very silent feature of our familyhood, that we want to be part of our kids for future, which is the most important.
That's the most important thing. It's your kids. You do everything thinking, okay, what will be good for them? Around them. Yeah. Once like you are married and you have kids, then your whole day and your like thinking revolves around that. I
always say that West has struggled a lot for women, right? And they have reached to the point where they have given so much liberty to the women, but everybody is paying the price for whatever the consequences of whatever the context they are into. So what's your view?
So I think that when I got involved into the school council, at that time in that school, the senior kindergarten used to be full day, because this was one of the 9 schools in Toronto which were defined as high priority neighborhoods and high needs. So, but when my son was going into senior kindergarten, I got a notice from the school that this is being reduced to full day. So I said, I'm not going to take cuts into education. At that time, Harris government was in power. And for Toronto Centre, the local MPP was George Smitherman. He was from the Liberal Party. I called his office and took an appointment. They first said to me, okay, can it be next week? I said, no, I have to meet him this week. So they gave me an appointment, and I went to see him it was February, a very snowy day, and I walked into his office with a double stroller with a younger son in front, the elder one is at school, and I discussed with him. I said, I cannot take these cuts into education. If we start cutting on education, how are we going to build our next generation? So he listened very passionately to me, and after that he said, I would need your help. Okay, how can we work with the parents to see what we can do? And he agreed with me that we cannot afford cuts to education. So that's how I got involved into politics. After the 2003 elections, he offered me a job. And I said to him, right now, I don't think so. I'm in this situation to work because my kids are not going, like younger one is not going to school. He said, why don't you start part-time? I started part-time, and that was a stepping stone in Canada for me in politics.
Very good. So when you formally introduced into the politics, why Liberals?
See, I think that Liberal Party is only the party which believes in my values of equity, equality, and tolerance. And that's why we chose Canada. When we were deciding where to immigrate, that's why we chose Canada. These are my values. These are values which were given to by my parents, and these are the values which I will give to my kids.
Which you would like to pass on
to the next generation. To my kids and to the next generation. That's equity, equality, and tolerance. And I think Liberal Party believes in that. They believe in social justice, they believe in education, and they believe in investing in their people, so that everyone has the opportunity to achieve their dreams.
Very well said. I always say is that there are different kind of investments. We never see that when we invest to a relation with the people or with our own people around us who are very close to us, it's a kind of investment which is not seen as material investment, but yes, it is in the future investment to the society and to the country you're living in. And it gives the satisfaction which nothing else can give you.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's why
it's
I ended being up with the Liberal Party, because I felt, okay, this is the party which believes in what I believe. I found some similarities in that.
Yes.
So that's why I choose
So
Liberal Party.
your passion and goals after being member of a party and standing out for the candidate of MP for Liberals.
See, as I tell you, Canada is a country which is laid on the basic foundation of fairness. That regardless of who you are, from where you are, regardless of your color of your skin, regardless of the fact that what your religion is, what your culture is, everyone should have the opportunity to achieve their dreams. And that's how every country, and that's the basic principle why the middle class has been prosperous. So in order for any country to be stronger, the first thing is that we help our middle class to become stronger, so that everyone has the opportunity to achieve their dreams. If a woman like me, coming from South Asian background, regardless of the color of my skin, regardless of the religion, regardless of the language I speak, I have got this opportunity to run in Canada, where I immigrated not even just 16 years ago, that I can think of running to be the MP of this country. That's the beauty about my Canada.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So what are your inspirations in your life around your family members and into your, because I call the party, once you join a party, that is your family too. So which are the inspirations?
We are all part of the Liberal family. Liberal family is all we believe in.
We are always inspired by certain people in our family.
Yes, we are a part of a big Liberal family, and that's what I tell all my volunteers. I tell all my family members, and that's what the discussions we have in our house. That okay, what are we going to do as Liberals? What is going to happen? What we will do? See, there are different inspirations at different levels. See, when I was born and during my childhood, and my inspiration was my father, and that's who I always looked on, and my mother. My mother has always been a housewife. She has not worked because she felt so strong for her family. She has always been like a big, strong force behind our family. That okay, the house has to be in order, this person has to do this has to be done. So my father always believed that the women, the girls have to be provided equal opportunity. I tell you one thing, that in 1994, when I went to UK for studies, my grandmother was against it. And she was with my father that this is her age to get married. Why are you sending her alone to UK? You can imagine coming from the same background, that how would a grandmother feel? She said, no, I don't agree with you, and this is not a right decision. He said, no, education is the best tool I can provide her. And I am so thankful, God bless his soul. We lost him 3 years ago. I'm so thankful to him that the way he did my upbringing and the tools which he provided me are so helpful. He is not around me these days, but like I tell you, every door I knock, every street I walk, I think of him, and it seems that his voice is coming to me. Always work hard, keep on going.
Yeah.
So
these are very, very foundational steps which we learn, and especially being a woman, I always say that the cliche is there is always a woman behind a successful man, and I always say that there is always a successfully cherished man behind every successful woman also.
Yeah, he always used to say, I'm the eldest in the siblings. I have 2 younger brothers. The younger than me is in army. He's right now Lieutenant Colonel. He's in Pakistan. The youngest one did his PhD in economics from Leicester. So he's right now in Oman in university teaching there. So he used to say that you are my elder son. Because he believed that there should be equal opportunities for her.
Yeah.
She should not be deprived of anything just being a daughter.
Yeah.
So he took me everywhere. He was very politically active. He was like socially working for the community, working for the people. And he was running a school after his retirement, and I was a part of it. I have taken keen interest along with my education. Like when he started the school, I used to help him out in the school and all that. And one day, like many people would come to him and tell him that, okay, we cannot afford because it was a private school, we cannot afford this much fee, and he would reduce it, and some people like would study free there at that school. So I said to him, why do you do that? He said, you don't know. It's the people. If you can help people, you can achieve a lot in life. This gives you satisfaction.
Sure.
So that's what I want to do. That's what I learned from him, that I want to, Canada has given me a lot, and I want to do something for the people.
Sure.
And politically here in Canada, Pierre Elliott Trudeau has always been my inspiration.
I was expecting you're going to say, of course, Justin Trudeau.
He's of course, but he's of course right now.
I was expecting that, but I'm glad that you have mentioned the Pierre Trudeau, because his
vision about Canada,
he was the first person, I think, who actually got the picture where
what
Canada
is.
was
He
turning
defined
towards.
Yes, he defined what Canada is. And the most important thing which I cherish and is the Charter of Rights and Freedom. That's the basic principle under which we all are here. He opened the doors for us to come here, and it is because of the Charter of Rights and Freedom that I have put my name forward. I don't think so, otherwise I would have got this opportunity. So I really like, he's an inspiration. I was not here in Canada when he was the Prime Minister, but what all he did, I think we will all cherish that until we are alive, and I think even our next generation will cherish that. And of course, Justin is, I think it was after he became the leader of this party that I decided that I will run. Because I felt the energy and the dedication which he brings to the job. Because he's a person who believes that everyone should be brought together. It should be open discussion.
True.
What we need to do and where we need to head. So he's also an inspiration, and I think if he won't have been the leader, maybe I won't have made the decision to run.
Congratulations for having the nominee for candidate for MP.
Thank you. It is. I would really like to thank the people of Scarborough Centre, the communities who came together. It's a very big thing. It was a very hotly contested nomination race. And okay, like no doubt, I had to put in a lot of effort. And for that, I would like to thank my husband and my 2 sons for allowing me to do that.
Sure.
See, I tell you one thing, like what all I have achieved in the last few years would not have been possible if my husband was not fully behind me and my kids were not with me.
Thank you very much, Salma. I really appreciate your sharing views and so beautiful talk with you. Viewers, Canada is no doubt a beautiful country full of immigrants, diverse backgrounds, having their own point of view along with the findings which this society has done. A lot of achievements, a lot to learn. Family values which we bring, they make a difference. It's just like putting your passion and your vision into the pot to make it a beautifully delicious food out of it. So thoughts and your views are similar to that. Liberal Party has always been very liberal in their point of views and in taking initiatives towards the existing reality of the society and moving forward to that. I hope with these views which Salma has expressed, we have all seen that how much we can contribute from the society. We are taking so much. Where our future is bounded with our kids, we have to think twice before we make any decision. First, we have to think that where we are standing and what are our learnings which can contribute. And then we can take our hand of our youth who is going to be the future, where we have to invest. Investment in people results and bring out beautifully strong societies, which we never acknowledge. But yes, it's the time to invest in people, get out of old traditional ways and find the new world, which is the world of ideas through the people and exercised by the people. With these words, I would say good luck to all those candidates who are standing for the right of people to make it possible to see people's dream and people's future into the safe hands.